I'm Kayla.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Tyler,
And I'm Alan.
and welcome to Chapter Trix.
So in today's video, we're going to be discussing a little bit of chapter tricks regarding the matters of friendship updates. We know that during this semester or quarters, wherever you're in high school, middle school, college, friendship updates are definitely still happening in some chapters. So this content is definitely going to be beneficial for you. I know Alan, Kayla, and Tyler have some great points that they're willing to share with y'all. And then furthermore, for the promoter chapters that are tuning in, I have a little bit of insight that we could share on how you can stay active during these times, whether you're fully remote and going virtual, if you're high flex and you're doing some in person. Either way, the truth is, consistency is not really present with how you're meeting with your buddies. So definitely want to be a resource for y'all today or tonight, whenever you're tuning in.
So the friendship pair, it's really so it's kind of like when you sign up for Best Buddies website, like Best Buddies online, then you would sign for it. It could be a buddy or peer buddy, whatever one of you want to be in, and they ask you some questions like what are your hobbies and what are your interests, or sometimes if you return chapter, sometimes they kind of would you like me to match the game with this person or whatever. So I think that how the friendship works is that so usually supposedly that even before COVID or before this COVID happened or whatever, usually they usually hang out within twice a month. Could be they can go to the bowling or movies or going out to eat or Best Buddies events, whatever. And then also they keep in touch with by texting, calling, email, and it's supposed to call or text to me once a week.
Yeah, exactly. And with every interaction that you have with your buddy, it's important to make sure that you are filling out the friendship updates.
That's correct. It's really important because once the chapter president or secretary of their school chapters or whatever, they got to take a look at it, something like that, to make sure that they have this person twice a month, they're contacted once a week, something like that. So I think it's really important that once a week or every month, once a month or whatever, they for the friendship update and talk, and just so the chapter president or the secretary could see to make sure what they have in with their buddy or peer buddy, whatever, some of that. So I think it's really important.
Right, for sure. So it's definitely important to be filling out your monthly friendship updates. And although the times are different, a lot of chapters have moved to virtual or hybrid, some in person, some online. It's important to continue to keep filling out your friendship updates, no matter what way you guys are interacting with your buddies and however you are choosing to continue your friendships. And so if you are fully virtual this semester, it definitely is a different type of feeling. In a typical semester where you could have had in-person meetings, it was a lot easier to have the opportunity to be with your buddy in person. So yeah, despite any challenges this year, it's just important to remember to continue to keep your friendships going, keep those interactions going along. There's several different ways in which you can still meet with each other, whether it be one-on-one Zoom meetings, or if you do have the capability to meet in person. My personal buddy and I ourselves have been doing a lot of social distance walks, so that's also another option. Just in whatever way you can continue your friendships, it's so important to keep them going, and along the way, make sure to fill out your friendship updates. And now I'm going to pass it over to Alan, and he's going to give you guys some resources and strategies to ensure that everyone in your chapter can fill out their friendship updates.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much, Kayla. So one thing that I really want to make clear is that this year might feel really stressful, but one of the great things about it is that it's so centralized. We're all online in one way, shape, or form, computers or phones or laptops, studying and learning, and that means that it's another way to streamline the process of reaching our chapter members for Best Buddies. One of the biggest things I will tell you, and I will tell everyone, even in my chapter, is utilize your resources. Some schools might be working via Zoom. That's kind of a limiting software. It's just video face-to-face. but some are working on Google Hangouts where you can have specific groups, or Microsoft Teams. Some schools are emailing. So my advice to you is whatever medium your school is using to communicate to its students about classes and tests and grades and events, use that to communicate with your chapter. If your school is emailing your students about certain grades or tests or events, or that's how teachers are emailing students, use email to reach out to your chapters. If all of you are on Office 365, use Office 365, create your own group. That way all the students are going to have easy access to all of your information. In terms of friendship updates yourselves, this is actually an idea that a lot of chapters have been springing up even before the COVID-19 outbreak, but creating small centralized group chats or email chains, some way where you can communicate through your chapter with just 3 people, and that is the 2 members of your buddy pair, as well as 1 chapter officer or leader. That way, not only can officers and leaders create announcements to the whole chapter and to everyone in a buddy pair about their requirements, but if a certain buddy pair has a question or they need help or they're maybe lagging behind or something is missing about their friendship updates, it's a very easy way and a very simplified process for 1 chapter leader to reach out to both of those members by having a specialized form of communication, whether it's email or group chat, for all of you to get together and discuss that.
Yeah, and Alan, I just want to add, and I think that's also a great way to hold accountability to your friendship pairs, like just to make sure that they are getting those friendship updates done because they are very important. So by having that third person involved, it's definitely a great way to ensure accountability for the updates.
Oh, of course. It definitely feels a lot more personal when you get a text from one specific chapter officer than when you're getting a general email or a general announcement. It feels a lot more pressing, especially if you haven't been really on it with your friendship updates.
Yeah, for sure.
And if I could like chime in on that as well, for like organization's sake, because I'm pretty sure everyone who's watching this and everyone in this call with me, this has been like quite a busy, I'm gonna say semester because I'm in college, but school year. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a lot going on, a lot of adjusting to do. Any time that we can make anything more efficient or easier, that's definitely the way to go. So I think Alan and Kayla and Tyler, these are all excellent points that y'all brought up to make things a lot more smoother in getting these friendship updates.
So Kayla, Tyler, and I have been talking a lot about friendship chapters, but we want to be inclusive of all different types of chapters, including promoter chapters. Daniel, I know that your university is a promoter chapter. Do you want to talk a little bit about that and how you can communicate with your members?
Yeah, definitely. So definitely a centralized source in college. Emails, obviously, like you get emails from professors all the time, Blackboard notifications. One pretty efficient thing I would say is setting up a group me or Slack. Get your chapter members in there, just text updates. I mean, I can speak for myself in my chapter, and I'm pretty sure plenty of college chapters would prefer any mode of communication that's like on their phone, especially like through apps, because that's just like in your pocket, really easy, rather than emails. Typically, like I don't check my emails unless I'm opening up my laptop, for the most part. But one thing that I would urge promoter chapters to do, so obviously, friendship updates, like there's no friendship pairings in promoted chapters, so you're not probably going to be, for the most part, going out of your way, depending on like what your campus's setup is, with whether it's high flex or fully remote. If for just for a little bit of context, my campus is fully, or rather, it's high flex, but everything else is fully remote. Any clubs or organizations, things of that nature, it's fully virtual. And for further context, I understand that like for some chapters, it may be difficult to have, your buddies hop on a Zoom call with you or any Teams meeting, because I guess access to technology is not necessarily equitable across the country, and like we understand that. So when it comes to your chapter, what you could be doing if you're fully remote or even high flex, whatever it may be, social media, content creation. Obviously, I mean, you all notice at YLC that how big we are in creating content, staying engaged any way that we can to also further spread the mission of Best Buddies and inclusion. So if you can do that for your chapter within your local community, that's honestly such a big plus for this time that we're in, because everyone's on their phones anyways, or at least online. Whatever platform you use, whether it's Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and also if you post it on Instagram, you can add us at Best Buddies YLC. That way we can recognize it, we can spread it. And if your buddies and your host sites, like I said, there's so many different situations. But whatever your scenario may be, if you know that your buddies do have any virtual access, whether it's FaceTime or Microsoft Teams or Zoom, definitely try to take advantage of that and at least maybe once a week set up, any type of like call or whatever you can, whatever you and your buddy's dynamic may be, just so you have another friend during these times. You know what I'm saying? And so do they. In the end, like we're being big on unity, and I know this video is kind of centered on like updates and getting uh the nitty gritty stuff out. In the end, just remember why you're here. You're here to make friends, and I would pretty much urge that now is probably the best time to have friends in your corner. So, that's what I got on that. I don't know, Kayla, Tyler, Alan, did I miss anything on the promoted chapter segment?
I think you did really well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's definitely super duper important to remember, especially for during these times.
Yeah, definitely. So Alan, Tyler, Kayla, is there anything else that I missed in my segment? Because I think we're just about wrapping up with our bullet points for this video.
Yeah, I'm ready
I
to
think it's pretty good.
All right.
Yeah, pretty good.
Well, in that case, thank you for tuning in. This was Chapter Trix, Friendship Updates. Well, I guess that just about does it then. Thank you all for bringing your valuable insight. This was Chapter Trix. This was the Friendship Updates edition of our series.
Yeah, guys, thanks for watching, and don't forget to fill out your friendship updates. I'm Kayla.
I'm Daniel.
I'm Tyler.
I'm Alan.
And thank you for tuning in to this episode of Chapter Trix.
Peace.